Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi. How are you? How's everybody doing? Great. There we are. Hello. How's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday and we're doing a live stream. The zombie crew is laying down in the other room. But they say hi. Well, I figured we would do like maybe a little Q&A if you guys want to talk about anything. We'll do a live stream, hang out. We can talk about my latest video that I put up on my main channel. Has anyone seen it? Raise your hand if you saw my video I uploaded today. Want to take a count. How's the audio? I got the microphone right next to my face here. Is it too loud? Should I want a nice, perfect audio. Not to scare anyone away. But also, I can't let the camera see it because then it blurs my face out. So we got to put it back here. Maybe I should just put it over my head there, up there. Can you guys still hear me? Is that good? Like, it's close to my face without in the frame. And that way the camera will focus on me instead of that. Because the last video I saw, it looked like I was out of focus because of my microphone. Justin, you saw the peach cobbler. Yes, that's my new video. I've been talking about doing that video for years because of the story behind it when I was a kid, when I was a Cub Scout a long time ago. And I knew I needed to make that video at some point, but it was a fun video because, well, not only was the recipe quick and easy, it was delicious, and we got to do it on a campfire. I made it again the next day, and I brought it over to Noah Craig's. He had a little potluck party for a bunch of friends, and I brought it over there, and I left it there so they could all eat it when I left. And then he came over today and returned the cast iron. And we hung out for a little bit, and then I showed him the progress. He got to watch the movie so far, as much as I have of it. And yeah, that was fun. David says smash the like button. I can't agree more. Thank you, David. Smash the like button. Let's get this live stream going. Oh, it was delicious. The peach cobbler. Did anybody catch the 90210 reference at the beginning? I figured not everybody would catch that, but those of you that know, you know. Oh my God, the Sweet Hazel and Co. Produce, yeah. Oh my God, the things that I've tried by them, I haven't tried them all, but the ones that I have tried, they're amazing. So they sent me, they make like vegan candy bars, like they make like the Snickers, the Twix, the Three Musketeers, all that stuff. And then they had a couple, like they had like a peanut butter brownie, and then they had like this millionaire bar, which I'd never heard of. And oh my God, the millionaire bar. I try it in the Instagram video that I posted. It's like the best thing ever. It's so good. I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but I definitely thumbs up that if you guys come across them. I didn't know how much they would be, but I thought they were going to be like, these are going to be like, what, $7 or $8, but they're not. They're only like $3.25 for a candy bar, which isn't that bad. You know, an all vegan company making that. I think they're an all vegan company. All the products they sent me were all vegan. New pinned chat. Chatter. You know what I'm gonna do here? I'm going to hold on. Let's find it. I'm gonna go here, and then we're gonna pause it. And I should have had this already ready already. I'm just gonna go ahead and link that video in case anybody wants to see it and you haven't seen it yet, because it is on the main channel, which is not this channel. How do I pin it though? It's like something else is coming up. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's not letting me. What the heck's going on here? There we go. No. I can't pin my own video. I'm trying. There we go. There we go. Now it's pinned. So if anybody wants to go back and watch that video and you don't want to go click on my main video, then there you go. Hello, Mike. How's it going? Oat flour, regular flour, it's all the same, just some's gluten-free. Yeah, that batter was super good. Dutch oven. I bought the Dutch oven just for the peach cobbler. The only thing I've cooked in that Dutch oven is peach cobbler. I bought it last year and I never got around to it because of the movie. This year I made it. Nice campfire outside. It was fun. I haven't watched any new movies that I can talk about since the last time we talked. Yeah, I hear you there. I don't normally buy candy bars either, but if they're sent to me, that's a different story. I told my brother to bring me back some more of those vegan Kit Kats from Germany. Hopefully he remembers. What else could you make in a Dutch oven? Somebody wanted me to make like a berry cobbler and an apple cobbler, which I can totally do. It's pretty much the same recipe, just different fruits. And I think that would be really good. I wanted to do some more videos where I do some campfire recipes. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if recipes are where it's at anymore on YouTube for my channel. Mike, it was good. If you listen to my story, I never had peach cobbler either, so I made it finally because I missed out on it when I was a kid. It was something that I always wanted. It just sounded cool. Yeah, you could definitely make a pot pie in a Dutch oven. Cherry cobbler, you could totally do that, but I don't really care for cherries. Although I don't really care for peaches either. And it was good. I like those donut peaches. They're like flatter. I do like those. Doesn't it? Campfire recipes. Yeah, I feel like I should do a series on that, but I don't know. Hi, Holly, who can only hang for a little bit. That's cool. We'll probably only be here for a little bit tonight anyway. We're on the second channel anyway. We're so close too. So close to getting my monetization back on this channel. It's like I needed like 3,000 hours and then I was at like 2,900. So, and for those of you that didn't realize, I've been posting a new cure video every single day, which is going to go for the next couple weeks because that's about how many cure videos I had. If you don't like the cure, just forget it. Just disregard. So what can we talk about today? Come on, guys. What are we going to talk about? You're going to give me all the views? I appreciate all the views. You like the cure videos? Okay. Well, they're there for people that love the cure, so. Peter, yes, I did hear about the celebrity chef that banned all vegans from his restaurant in Australia. Sounds like he had a little meltdown there and he couldn't deal with the bad publicity, which was his own fault. Oh, the name of the restaurant was called Fire with a Y. Fire. Sounds like everything called Fire is just a big mess, because they had that Fire Festival that was a big mess. Was the peach cobbler everything I dreamed of? It really was. The first one, it burned a little bit, but I would say 2/3 of it was not burned, and it was really good. And then I made it again the next day to bring over to Craig's, and that was, I didn't try that one. It looked really good, and they all loved it. Actually, if you've seen the video, Craig is actually in my video at the very end. Matt, all you need is a Dutch oven and make a fire pit. It's super easy to make. Literally, it's so easy to make. It's so easy. And the way that I get inspiration to like learn how to cook all these things is I look up the recipes, but I never ever look up a vegan recipe. I always look up an original non-vegan recipe, and then I go and I veganize it. I try my own spin on veganizing a non-vegan recipe. And there were Cub Scout versions of this, because that's originally what inspired me when I was a Cub Scout. And, Cub Scout, Dutch oven, campfire recipes. And I just looked at a few different recipes. I put my own spin on it, and you don't want to overcomplicate things, and it's super easy. You throw the ingredients together, you come up with a batter, you make your own. It was so easy to make the peaches in their syrup. I would much rather do that with fresh peaches than canned, because then you got all that sugary, like all that, who knows what, there's probably high fructose corn syrup and all that. So you can make it yourself, and it comes out super good. And then you just put them all together and you throw them on the fire. It's pretty cool. Every news outlet thinks of vegans. I mean, news outlets who watches the news anymore? Don't they all lie? The chef was extremely violent to the protesters. The chef, yeah, it sounds like he couldn't deal with it. He said he's been a chef for almost 30 years. Well, I've been vegan for almost 30 years. And you know what? I don't know. I've said this before, but I feel like if you're a chef, if you're a non-vegan chef and you're just cooking with the same meats, same dairy, cheeses, then what really are you? I mean, yeah, maybe you're a successful chef with a successful restaurant, but I feel like where the real creativity comes is when you're making all these things with fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts, mushrooms, everything that's vegan. Like, you're putting all these things together. Like, because, I mean, to me, non-vegan stuff that they cook with is not even food. I don't see it as food. So it's like, what are you even doing? You're just putting animals on plates and serving it up and calling it like 5-star cuisine. Yeah, a blueberry cobbler would be great. Did I already say that? Oh no, I think I said like berry. Yeah, I said berries or something. Pierce Morgan is a caricature. He definitely is afraid of vegans. He's got a thing against vegans, that's for sure. Me and Craig are not hair twins anymore, unless I cut my hair. Isn't Craig jacked now? He looks like it. I mean, I just saw him today. I think he looks like looks. I don't know if he's jacked, but he works out. Angry vegan stories are clickbait. That's funny you say that because I was thinking about doing that, doing some videos where I just give my peace of mind on something because I think that the recipe videos are fun to do, but they're so saturated. They're so saturated that I don't think people actually get to see them, except for there's like a group of you guys that are like hardcore supporters of my channel. So thank you so much for that. But I don't know what happened over the years, but my channel is getting less than 1% of my followers seeing my videos. So I need to come up with something different, or else I need to say goodbye to my channel. I'm not even kidding. He looks like the definition of what you are. Exactly, Pierce Morgan. I mean, I agree with some of the things he says. Like sometimes he's logical, and other times he's totally just not logical at all. I go where the logic is, you know. I go where the truth is. That's what I am. I go where the truth is. Produce. I've never had the vegan craft cheese. I actually have never seen it. Or I've never seen the Philadelphia cream cheese either. My sister-in-law had... Actually, my niece, Charlotte, she went over to the refrigerator and she's like... She wanted me to get her something. She's like, this. And we pull it out and it was the vegan Baby Bell cheese. And I'm like, oh, I want to try one of these. And they're pretty good. So her and I had one of those. YouTube notifications are all messed up. So I've been looking at the analytics and everything. I did everything I was supposed to do for this last video. So the analytics, I don't know if you guys are already doing this or not, but if not, maybe you could do this. Make sure you're already subscribed to my channel, mainly my main channel. But when you go there, subscribe, hit the bell, and then click all notifications. Otherwise, it's just going to silence because there's so many YouTube channels out there that it won't give you notifications. You know, when... And if you don't want to get overwhelmed and saturated on this channel, I have literal cure videos scheduled for the next 2 weeks, all the way up until like I think the 27th or 23rd, and then I got a few more after that. So it's going to go the rest of this month, one a day. And I changed it because I think I looked at my analytics and I had them all going up at 9 in the morning, but I think it's better. I think it says there's more of you guys are on. I don't know if that's true for you individually, but it says collectively most people are going to be on around 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got them all ready to go up at 1 o'clock now. I changed them all. I don't know. It's a lot of work making videos, but you know, like I've got ideas of what I want to do, and maybe I just do like, instead of like because I put about 12 or 13 hours into the last video. So when the algorithm only shows it to a few people, like literally 0.4%, I did the math. It's like 0.3 0.39% of my followers are even getting it, which sucks for me. So if I'm putting that much time into something and it's not worth it, I can't continue to do that. So I'm thinking of like other videos that I could do that people would be interested in or would get the attention in the vegan community. So I mean, in this chat right now, Matt knows more than anyone how long I've been vegan, because Matt and another friend of ours went vegetarian on the same day back in 1990. So we went vegetarian, and then a few years later, I went vegan. And so yeah, Matt was with me that day. Matt knows why we did it and everything. And he was actually with me the last time we ate meat. Well, last time I ate meat, when we went vegetarian. Long time ago. It seems like another lifetime. I know. I was looking at the different kind of thumbnails that I had to make, and I'm trying to do different ones. Like, I've already changed my thumbnail once because the video wasn't doing that well. But I looked at other videos of other peach cobbler, vegan and non-vegan, and I was seeing what the best ones were. And apparently, it looks like the ones that do best are just like a close-up view of the thing. No writing on the thumbnail, no people in the thumbnail. So I've got a couple different thumbnails that I could use that I wanted to put up there. I wonder if I can pull that up and even peach cobbler. Okay, so if I pull that up right there and I come over here and I blow that up, I'm wondering, where am I? If I come over here, there we go. So what do you guys think? So there's a few different ones I have here. So this is one before it was done. I could put that in there. That one looks cool, even though you can't see the peach cobbler. It just gives off that vibe, like, hey, it's Dutch oven on the fire. To me, that was kind of cool, but you can't really see it. Different fire ones I was gonna do. Here's me with it again. And then this is the one I have on there right now, but it's not the original one I had on there, because although that does look good, it doesn't look as good as like that one right there. That was my original one, and I already changed it because it wasn't doing that good. I don't know if it was the thumbnail or what, but these are the two that I went back and forth from. Because this one, I mean, that was so delicious right there. That's it. That's all I got right there. So what do you guys think? You know, I was going to do that, Produce. I was actually going to show you the editing process. So I can kind of walk you through what I did. I mean, I have this editor. This is actually my movie. I'm not going to show you anything other than the screenshot of the movie, but this is pretty intense what I got going here. But anyway, this down here represents all the video and all the audio. This right here, I don't want to show you too much. Let me make sure it's a scene that I can show you. Okay, so here we go. From the movie right there. So all of this right here took me quite some time just to get done here. But normally I will come up with a recipe. In this case, you know, going to the store, buying all the ingredients. And if I'm right here, maybe there, now you can see me. And then I'll shoot the video. So in this case, I had to make the fire, make the ingredients, or put the ingredients together in the cast iron, put it out there, tell the story out there, finish the video, which took a total of about maybe, it took like 4 hours. I actually looked into it. And then I had to edit it all, which took a little bit extra time for me because the audio, which I recorded on my phone, did not come out well. If you notice, the audio might be a little weird, so I had to go into another program and try to fix the audio so it's not optimal. I probably should have wore my lapel mic, but I didn't. I thought everything would be fine. Actually, I was just going to voice over the whole thing, but then I'm like, you know what? Here I am out there telling the story. So I didn't end up doing that. And then when all was said and done, it took about 12 hours after I did the edit, and then I got to make the thumbnail. So that's what pretty much goes into a video. Now, when I do a video where I'm just putting the camera in front of my face, and like right here, if I was going to do a video where I was just going to be talking, then I would turn the camera on and I would either walk with the camera outside somewhere cool, or do it in another location on my phone, or just sit here in my studio, which is easiest, but I feel like it gets kind of boring. And then I'll just give my 2 cents or tell a story or something. Those are the easiest videos to make. I could probably put one out in an hour. But you can tell that I'm not putting really too much time into it that way. So I don't know. I got a lot of things to say. I've got a lot of stories. I've got a lot of experience as being a vegan. I think that, and I could be wrong, but I know when I started the channel, I had never seen another cooking channel on YouTube. They didn't exist. I mean, if they did, I'd never seen them, especially a vegan one. So I think to this day, I'm the longest running vegan YouTube channel that's still around. I found a few other ones after the fact that started their channel around the same time I did, or maybe even a couple months before mine, but they haven't been active in over a decade. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I can remember seeing back, I think I'm the longest running vegan YouTube channel that there is. So I don't know if I jumped the shark or if I overstayed or anything, but I feel like, it's always been my passion to make videos like this and stuff. And I'm not talking here like on this, I'm talking about on my main channel. This was just a spin-off channel so I could do other things. Because at the beginning, I didn't think that people really would want to see me talk about. For a while there, I was only doing like skits, like zombie skits. So you never got to know who John or I really was. We would never like be candid and talk like I am now. It was all like cinematic storyline, like zombie skits. So that's why I made this channel, because I wanted to do vlogs. So me and John started doing vlogs, and anything else I wanted to put up on the channel, I would just put on this channel. But now I've put so many other kinds of videos on the main channel that I don't think it really matters anymore. When I first went vegan, what foods did I mostly eat? I ate a lot of rice, a lot of lentils, a lot of pasta, a lot of falafel. I did a whole video on this, but there was burgers that were called Harvest Burgers, and I would meet like probably 2 of those a day, like almost every day. Those were so good. I'd always stock up on those at Wegmans, and I'd either make them with a bagel or just some toast. And I'd butter the toast so they were like grilled cheese, on both sides. And I would just make that up. And this is before the days of vegan cheese. And there wasn't very many people that knew how to make their own vegan cheese. It was unheard of. And if they did make it, it was a very garlicky cheese. I had a friend that would make these very garlicky mac and cheese. Nothing like what you would think mac and cheese would taste like nowadays as a vegan. But yeah, and then there was a thing called wheat balls. And they came in a box, and it was like a powder that you would mix with water and some either soy sauce or tamari. And you would make little meatballs with them, and you would boil them much like seitan. And they were pretty much like seitan. And then you'd have that with like spaghetti, pasta, stuff like that. And that's pretty much what I would eat back in the day when I first was vegan. And I would just kind of use repetition back, like that was pretty much it. And then whenever I found something new, try that out. And pizza. I worked at pizza places back in the day. I worked at several different pizza places, so I would always, every place that I used to work in the food industry, and every place that I would work, and they obviously weren't vegan, because back then it was unheard of to find a vegan restaurant, and if you did, definitely not in the city I lived in. So I would just learn. I would just, learn to cook whatever they had at these different restaurants I worked at. And I would just like figure out how to veganize it. And then I would make the recipes vegan. What is up? Recycled on Wednesdays. And it is a Wednesday. Tofu dogs. Yep. I had tofu dogs. They were called tofu pups. And soy boys. Soy boys is like a negative term now, but soy boy ravioli is an OG ravioli, and I still like that today. It's pretty good. Um, Tofu, obviously. I made tofu wrong so many times. I learned how to make it right. I actually was with Matt the first time there's Matt right there. Matt and I had tofu at his house when we first went vegetarian, and that's the first time. I never even heard of tofu until that day, and we tried tofu while we were before we went out to go ninja training with our ninja trainer. Martial arts, yes. So that's pretty much what got me into this lifestyle, and then the more I learned, and you got to remember, I went vegan like 4 years before. It was before the internet was primitive. It was 4 years before Google ever came out. There was no YouTube. It wasn't easy to just go find information that you needed to know. Everybody said that I'd get sick and I'd have neurological diseases and all if I went vegan. And I had no real information to say, no, that's not true. I basically took a leap of faith and just said, you know what? I don't want to eat animals. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And luckily I was right. They were wrong. Yeah, the tofu dogs are so much better nowadays than back then. They were pretty rubbery back then. And it all also depends on how you cook them. Like, I think Craig was like, oh, yeah, these were awful. We cooked, how'd you cook them? He's like, on the grill. I'm like, well, if you cook them on the grill, if you don't have I feel like the field roast ones you can cook on the grill, and probably the Beyond and stuff like that. But the tofu pups and stuff, you cook those on the grill, they're gonna turn into like very rubbery. Like those ones are best if you boil them, which I never liked boiled hot dogs, but they're best if you're boiled, or if you like wrap them, like put like a wet paper towel down and then put them in the microwave for like a minute. I don't know, they taste best that way. I don't like to pan fry them because it gives the outer part of it more of like a tougher skin, and it's just, I like the other ways, the microwave and the boil. Cauliflower with cheese sauce, that's a good one. You can make your own cheese sauce with like different veggies, carrots, potatoes, peppers. We got a really good cheese sauce recipe with all the olden days when the internet was powered by coal. Shh, don't tell anyone, it still is. Did I see any cookbooks back then? No, not really. And if you did, they were like either this like big thick one or one with like those ring bindings. And I'm not one that you would ever catch at a library, so I didn't really go research any veganism stuff back then. It was just really hard to find. I'm not going to go through microfiche trying to figure out, like, is veganism going to kill me? And they probably wouldn't know anyway. You guys go mushroom hunting in the woods, and you have an app on your phone to identify them. Lion's mane is... Okay, so it's funny you said that, because I mowed my lawn today, and I saw so many mushrooms, and one of them was like a red mushroom. I'm like, oh, that's like straight out of like Super Mario Brothers. Um, I don't know what these are, but these are some. I took a picture before I ran them over with the mower. I actually left a few of these not mowed, but I don't know what these are. They look pretty cool. And did I take a picture of the other? Oh wait, here's the other one. I got some videos of it too. They look like puff ones or something. Not the Magic Dragon. What's up, Mantis? I'm looking 28 years old. Thank you. Thank you. You were watching a vegan society from 1976. Ooh, 1976. That year sounds familiar to me for some reason. A BBC special. Yeah, turkey tails. I see things that look like turkey tail, but I'm not sure if they actually are. But turkey tail is super good for you. Sage, yes. Veganism is definitely accessible now. I'll be the first to say, like, veganism to me it was never difficult. It was never hard to be vegan. But I think that it was because of my mindset. I knew that I didn't consider animal products to be food. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I can only eat certain things and I can't starve or I'll die. So I got to figure something out. And, every day that went by, I figured something out, and here I am today, because, I'd be dead if I didn't. But I will say it's so much easier today. It's more convenient today. There's so many more products today. Most people know what vegan is. I like that a lot of things are labeled vegan, which reminds me, I got to do a video on that because I want to do the differences between plant-based and veganism. But yeah, it's so much easier today, even though I never thought it was hard before. So really, there's no excuse. If you want to go vegan, then you should go vegan. Don't think of it as something that's hard or difficult. Just put your mindset into, is it food or is it not food? And if it's from an animal, it's not food. If it's plants, fungus, seeds, nuts, whatever, you can do it. And I'm not dead. This is my 29-year anniversary as a vegan. So I didn't fall apart, and I never, for most of it, I never really ate super healthy. Like, I was a junk food vegan, eating 2 Harvest burgers a day when I'm skateboarding, and then soft batch cookies and chocolate, and it was hard to find chocolate. It was mainly mocha, or wait, was it mocha? And I hated it. So now that they have all these different chocolate bars, it's like, I've always been a chocolate lover, so. And then you'd find these accidentally vegan things. Like this, in the most random parts. Like, we'd be skating and stuff, not even at grocery stores, but this random gas station in the middle of the city. We would go there, and they would have these little things. I forget what they're called, but they were like Charleston Chews, and they were vegan. They were like, I know what they look like, but I forget what they're called. And we would go get those. Those were vegan. And we would know every spot because, there was no cell phones. Maybe at that point we had pagers, but we didn't have cell phones. No texting, no internet. We knew where things were, and then it would spread by word of mouth. Like, oh yeah, this gas station. And I don't know. I remember this one time hearing about a skate park that was supposed to be in this warehouse, and we didn't know where it was, but they, if you snuck into this old abandoned warehouse, they had skate ramps, and we were trying to find this forever. It was this coveted mystery skate park somewhere in Syracuse, and we went all over the place trying to find this warehouse to skate in, and we heard so many stories. It was a myth. It was the biggest thing. Nobody that I knew, I knew people that know where it was. Oh yeah, our friends were skating and it's awesome. You got to go there. And it's where is it? I don't know. It's somewhere in the city. I never found it. It is best to grow your own food, which I have a bunch of food growing right now, but unfortunately, most of them aren't really doing that well. I'm putting all this effort into growing them, but and like I did the same thing last year, and nothing really grew. Like I had a huge potato plant, and it's in one of my videos that I posted, and like I replanted it in a bigger space, totally died. So actually, yesterday I was like, well, it's dead, so I might as well dig it up and see if there's anything there. So I dug it up, two small potatoes. So I did get two small potatoes that I'm gonna savor because I mean it just sounds so much better making your things you grew yourself. But I like was expecting to have like a ton of potatoes there. Nope. Um, I don't know. Carob, that's what I was not mocha carob. That's what I meant to say earlier. I hated carob. I still do. You know, I wish I used to film everything, everything. I still do. Um, but I went from having like a VHS camcorder to like a high eight camcorder. This is one of the newer high eight camcorders I had. Um, I actually used this when I was in New York City. I actually filmed an episode of Monk on not the whole episode, but I was in the episode of Monk in New York City, and I snuck this in with me, and I filmed Monk when they were directing and everything. Um, but I really wish that I didn't know at the time. I filmed everything, but what I didn't film is the foods that I ate, or even like the fact that I was vegan back then. And I wish I did because like I mean, let's go back to 1995, 1996 when I'm filming everything. The last thing I wanted to film was the food. I mean, I had no idea that there was going to be internet or YouTube or anything like that. And if I knew, I would have filmed like, oh, this is what I'm eating today, so I could show you guys, hey, 30 years ago, this is what I ate as a vegan. Um, but instead, we filmed stupid little pranks and we filmed skateboarding and stuff like that. But I wish I filmed the food that I was eating. Like I said, there's one video that I know of that exists where we're in a supermarket trying to find food, which I'll show you someday. Yeah, Peter, it was pretty much word of mouth and like the bulletin board. Do you mean like computer bulletin board or an actual bulletin board? Because me and Matt had Commodore 64, so we had like, we knew all that. Like, I mean, I remember first using a modem. At least I know how to shop for good food. I do. It's just the only thing that sucks now is everything is super expensive. Let's go back to 1996. We could. I was living in Sarasota, Florida in 1996. You guys did soap opera sketches. That's fun. I did little skits with my brothers and sister and sometimes my friends. And I always tried to make horror movies. Most of the time, those horror movies were really funny. Um, they weren't intended to be, but they came out funny. And I also had a Super 8 camera and projector that my dad had. Still have it. And we used to do movie on film, and then we would take it to the little, if anybody remembers back then, those Kodak had these little drop-off booths that you drove up to, and you put your film in a little package and you hand it off, and then you come back next week and it's developed, and you can watch it on the projector. Well, I took a bunch of those movies because my dad has like tons of movies, even from when before I was born, all the way back to when he was like 14 years old to like the mid 80s. And I took as many as I could and I digitized them and I put them on my computer. City by the Lake says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button if you like these live streams. Even if you don't like them, just hit the like button if you're here chilling out, right? Man, do I have to get up and hit the mouse? Come on, Chris. Just do it. Just do it. How to be vegan when everything is so expensive. It's called sleight of hand. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You're watching the entire Stranger Things again? Cool. David loves movies. I love movies as well. How long ago did I graduate high school and did I get good grades? I graduated a long time ago in the 90s. And my grades were not bad, but they weren't good. I was a average student. Um, I didn't want to be in school. I didn't really pay attention. But then when I wanted to pay attention, when I went to college, I had like a 3.8 grade point average. So like when I actually wanted to go to school, I did very well. Um, I feel like if I went back now, I would ace everything. What's my favorite music genre or music decade? I really like 80s music. But you all know my favorite band is The Cure. That's the kind of music that I like the most. It's I think I explained this last week, but basically I love The Cure, and but I don't always listen to them all the time because I mean I have now just because I just went to the show, but I don't always listen to them because I love them because not only because I love all of their music and stuff, but because it brings me back to a time in my life that I can remember. Like I remember certain things, and it's like a nostalgia to me, and that's why they'll always be my favorite band. But yeah, I like other music too that maybe isn't so nostalgic, but something I can just put on and listen to, like something like Coheed and Cambria. I love Coheed and Cambria. And then like there's really no genre, like it doesn't really matter. There's music from so many different genres like that I like. It all has to come down to the song. I mean, maybe I like a band but I don't like a certain song. Maybe I hate the band but I like one of their songs. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like we could really get into that, like what music. I mean, I like everything from like Gordon Lightfoot to like some songs by like Bob Seger, to Under Oath, to Atreyu, Taking Back Sunday, Gloria Record Mineral. I mean, lots of different 80s music. Linda Ronstadt, just certain, you would never know, like Willie Nelson, some Elvis, but like I don't like all of their songs. There's certain songs that I really like. If you looked at I still don't like my car. My car is like an older, not old, but it's 2009 or 10, and so it doesn't have like, I think it's got a CD player in it, but it doesn't have like Wi-Fi or anything like that. So I still have like an iPod. I've got two old iPods from like 2000 and 2004, and it's got all my old music on it. So like that's what I'll listen to when I'm in my car. It's either that or like the radio or nothing at all. What else? I mean, there's so many different bands that I like. Um, I never liked the Beatles. But I do like certain songs by the Beatles. That's a band that I never really, that's probably something that most people would be like, "What? You don't like the Beatles? You don't like the Beatles?" And it's no, I don't like the Beatles, but there's certain songs that I do like by the Beatles. Um, and that's the other one I was gonna say, and you just said it right after the Beatles. Coldplay is another band. I don't like Coldplay, but there's certain songs that I really like by Coldplay. Um, I think I stopped liking Coldplay when I found out they stole the song from like a no-name band, and it's one of their biggest songs now. And if you listen to it, like they totally ripped them off, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like I don't like you guys. Um, but yeah, I like there's like I like the Scientist, and I like Fix You, and I like Yellow, but like some of the other stuff, I just don't like the band. And then I always hated U2, but then I started to like them like back in like the 90s, and then I hated them again, mainly because like they put U2 on everybody's iPod, no matter if, or on your iPhone. So I have no music on my iPhone except for U2 because they purposely gave it to you, and I don't know how to get it off my phone. I really don't like U2, but there's a couple songs I really do like by U2, and they're not well known. I don't think they're well. I mean, maybe if you're a U2 fan, you would know, but like I think it's called "Walk to the Water," and then they did a remake of that one song. What's the name of the song? The one that was in Ghost. And time can do so much. That song. So there's like 3 or 4 songs I like by U2. Watch Chris like throw bands under the bus that he doesn't like. I like Jeremy Ennick. I like Iron Maiden. I like I like Enigma. I loved Enigma. That's what I was listening to back in the day when I first went vegetarian. I would ninja train to Enigma. Um, Rivers of Belief. Like I love the Gregorian chants and stuff. I love Ludovico, Naughty Ludovico, the famous pianist. I love one of my favorite songs. My favorite classical music used to be, or piano used to be. Canon in D by Johann Pachelbel, and now it is Earth Prelude by Ludovico. If you guys know what that is, if you guys know Ludovico, I'm trying to play that on the piano. Obviously, I can't, but I can kinda. That's actually why I tried to learn piano, is because of that song. Enigma, yeah. I never liked Gorillaz. Told the wet sprocket, walk on the water, step on. Yeah, I know a lot of old music. I know Nickelback. Look at this graph. No Nickelback. I love M83. As you guys already know, I mean, I have several reels that I used. Zeppelin, not so much. No, not really. When I was younger, I loved Stairway to Heaven, but I never. And also, what is the other one? Pat Duffy skates to it in an old skate video. It's called. I forget what it's called. I don't remember. Something through fields or flowers. I don't know. I forget. It's another famous one. Midnight City. I like Wait. I like Explosions in the Sky. Mogwai. My God, I love Mogwai. I made a video to Mogwai a long time ago. I used to really like. I talked about this last week. I used to like Pink Floyd. especially Dark Side of the Moon. I used to go to sleep listening to that. Um, Thumbs up for old music. That's right. We're talking about music right now. Yeah. So okay. So Sage, if you know Mogwai, so I was inspired when I hear a song that really like like I mean it happens to me with Explosion in the Sky. It happened to me with M83, but a long time ago it happened to me with Mogwai, and the song is like 15 minutes long. And what I did was I took all of those videos that I told you. I should do it again because I made this video back in, I think, 2004 or 5. So we're almost 20 years ago I made this video. And I made it to this Mogwai song that's 15 minutes long. And what I did was I took all the footage that I had of me. I'm talking about all the stuff that I made of skateboarding and hanging out with my friends and all this stuff, and all the VHS footage I have when I was growing up with my brothers and sister and my mom and dad. And then even further back when my dad had that movie camera, and like, so baby stuff of me, like when I was just, learning how to walk and I was outside, and I used the song Fear Satan. And it's an amazing song. It starts out nice and somber, and then it gets really intense, and then it slowly gets down to like woodwind instruments, and it's so peaceful. And just like, and in my mind, I saw, and I put all of this together in reverse chronological order from where I was that day when I first grabbed my newest video to all the way at the very end, where it shows me in a high chair eating food with food all over my face when I was literally like 1 year old. And I'm going like this to the camera, like, hi. I actually have it on here. I could show you it, but I can't show you the song because it'll get like a copyright strike. But anyways, I'm like, hi. And then after that, I should show you guys, because this channel is not monetized anyway. I'm not going to show, I won't show you that. If you guys want, I can show you the very, very end of when I was a little kid. And then after that, I think what I did was pretty creative. So after it showed me like 1 year old, I go to before I was born. Before I was born, my dad had a video of my mom when she was pregnant for me with a sunset, and she was flying a kite, and the song ends with her slow motion flying the kite, and then it's over. I should remake that video because there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of cool stuff, but then there's a lot of stuff that's just like, I don't like this. I don't like this anymore. I've filmed so much more since then. That's 20 years ago. I do like emotional songs too. Like if a song, that's why I have, I do like Third Eye Blind. I like some songs by Third Eye Blind. But if a song makes me feel, like I could like a song, but if it makes me have feeling, like I won't ever forget that song. And that's why my favorite song of all time is Plain Song. It's just, if you don't know Plain Song by The Cure, after this video, download it or pull it up. It's one of the best songs ever. It is the best song ever. My favorite band when I was in like 4th or 5th grade was Motley Crue. And I wasn't a huge Def Leppard fan, but I did like some Def Leppard. I never got into Kiss, but Motley Crue, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi was my first full album record, Slippery When Wet. And my first ever record, well, I can't really say that. My first ever record, I think, was Puff the Magic Dragon. When I was a little kid, that was my favorite song when I was real little. But then for Christmas, I think it was like 1983 or 4, I got a little single record, and it was Eye of the Tiger. And that was my favorite song, Eye of the Tiger, at that time. My first cassette tape I ever bought was EMF, Unbelievable. And my first CD that I ever had, I bought a CD without having a CD player. And I literally said, I'm not going to buy any more CDs because they're too expensive and they're not going to catch on. So I'm only going to buy cassette tapes. Well, that we all know that wasn't true. But my first CD was Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me by The Cure. Oh, you saw Bon Jovi in 1988 and 89? Oh my God. I loved, I mean, obviously when it first came out, like Shot Through the Heart and Living on a Prayer. But then when I heard Wanted Dead or Alive, I'm like, oh my God, guys, this song is so good. And now when I hear it as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I totally didn't know what this song was about. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, dude, he's wanted. He rides a steel horse. It's like, dude, that's his tour bus, man. It's like his loaded six string isn't a gun, man. It's just a guitar. I never got into Pantera. Then I started getting into hardcore music, and I wasn't really like huge fan of like the scream and not understand what they're saying kind of hardcore, but I really liked Shelter. Shelter was my favorite. Um, I liked, what else did I like? I mean, there was some songs, not all of them, but Earth Crisis, Sick of It All. I liked Peg Boy. And then I got into Another. They were good. Life of Agony. I love Life of Agony, and I actually saw them play in St. Petersburg back in like '96, I think it was. Um, they remade "Don't You Forget About Me." What else? What else? I never got into corn. Gorilla Biscuits. Yeah, Gorilla Biscuits. I was actually, let's start today. My room's a mess and I. Matt, remember you listen. I don't know who they were, but like you listened to this song over and over. What was? I just remember the lyrics, but I don't know who sang it. Maybe it was it Lagwagon? No, but they were like. I only know one part of the song. It was like, "Go for a ride in my big brown Chevy." I don't remember the rest of it, but you played it over and over. Big Brown Chevy. And I remember that was when Ren and Stimpy came out because you were talking about Ren and Stimpy. When we would play Dungeons and Dragons. Yep. And Last of the Mohegans came out. I first saw it at your house. I know I've already said that. Hotel California. My friend's dad. I'm not talking about Hotel California, but that song reminds me of the Byrds for some reason because they're old bands. But my friend's dad got to play as a drummer for the Byrds. Something happened to the drummer on stage, and they're like, "Is there any drummers in the crowd that can come up here that can do this?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll come up," and he did. I used to love the Monkees when I was a little kid. The Monkees, hey, we're the Monkees. Limp Bizkit. Okay, I got a story about Limp Bizkit. Not really a story about Limp Bizkit, but they came here to the Lost Horizon back in 1994 to play, and all my friends went to see Limp Bizkit that night, and they asked me if I wanted to go, but I didn't go. Do you want to know why I didn't go? Because it was also the opening night of a movie that I really wanted to see. So instead of going to see Limp Bizkit, I went and saw Interview with the Vampire, which I have a poster of right there. Sorry, Fred. The Juliana Theory. That was another good band I liked. And the Sheila Divine. I saw them. I saw Interpol in New York City. I Feel So Alive for that is Lenny Kravitz, right? We should do trivia for this. Um, I didn't really like Metallica, but again, like there's certain songs by Metallica that I kind of liked. I'll have to admit, like when Guns N' Roses came out, I didn't really like them because I was like a Motley Crue fan. I'm like, who are these guys trying to take over from Motley Crue? But I gotta say now, like I like Guns N' Roses way more than Motley Crue. And did anybody see Axl Rose go sing November Rain for um, Elvis's daughter that died? Is it Priscilla Presley? And he got up there and he sang, and a lot of people made fun of him because of the way he sounds, but like I watched that over and over and over again because like he didn't even want to. They were really good friends. He was good friends with her, and she always said if she died, she wanted him to play that song at her funeral, and he did not want to perform like live like this, and he just didn't want to do it, but like it was her wish, so he went up there and he's like crying as he's doing this, and like I gotta say, like over the years and stuff, like yeah, he doesn't sound the same, but like That was amazing that he did that, and I think it was good. I think it was really good. He got a lot of hate for it. I mean, just by people like, oh, he sounds terrible, give it up. And it's like, dude, no. Lisa, yeah, Lisa, sorry. See, that's why it took me a second. I was like, Lisa or Priscilla? Sorry. Didn't. Do you guys want it? I mean, I could probably play what I was just going to say. I could probably play the end of that video if you guys wanted. If I can find it. Hold on. Where is it going to be? It's going to be... I changed everything around. I got like a 16 terabyte hard drive and I just consolidated all my old hard drives. So I got to find my really old hard drive because this is old stuff. And it would be... Doesn't look like it's going to be on this one. Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Okay, is it on this one? Yes, it would probably be on this one. Okay, so I got to go here. And then... videos. Is it on here? Okay, what did I name it? These are all my old videos from way back in the day that I... I like scorpions too. I never was really an Ozzy fan. Is it going to open or what? What's going to go on here? Okay, that's not the one. I did some pretty cool ones that I did for... Maybe that's not it. Hold on. Videos. Super old videos. That one. That one's a good one. Green. What did I name it? It's got to be here. Hold on. Long shots. Here it is, right here. I'm probably going to get demonetized for this, but I'll show you guys. You guys can't hear any of this yet, can you? Oh, this is, you know, when I first started hanging out with John, too. You can see John here. I can show you John. Okay, so you guys can't hear this, right? You can't hear anything? I have to enable the audio. Do you guys want to see this or not? I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I'm just going to... Chris Cornell, I just was reading about him today. That's funny you just said that. Chris Cross? Wait, which Chris Cross? The ones that will make you jump, jump, Daddy Mackle. That one or the other one? Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't know what my first concert was. You know, when I was 18, after I graduated from high school, I actually did a whole video on this. It's my hitchhiking story. We hitchhiked and we tried to make it to Florida. But one of the places we got into, somebody picked us up and they brought us into 1994 Lollapalooza. And I remember seeing all the bands there. Like the Breeders and I think Smashing Pumpkins when we were leaving. But who else was there? Anyway. Daddy Mac or Mac Daddy? Daddy Mac will make you... Mac Daddy make it... No, it's Daddy Mac. Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Uh-huh, uh-huh. It's funny, Matt, because every like when I think of them, like Chris Cornell and also what's the other band? Forget the other band's name. Who sings that song? Forward yesterday makes me wanna stay. Everybody run. Bob is gonna. I remember when that first came out, and we were driving up an Irish Ridge Road with you, me, Craig, not Craig, yeah, Stone Temple Pilots. Uh, yeah, the Craig that lived. I'm not gonna say people's last names, but the Craig that lived near you, not Noah Craig. Um, and we and Ed, who I never really hung out with, but he was there with us that time. You were friends with him. Um, and I remember getting out of the car and hanging on the car as it was driving. I didn't do it. They were doing it on the ice because it was like a winter. It was just kind of like skating on the ice while we were listening to that song. And I was like, I like this song. And I wasn't even a huge Stone Temple Pilots fan. And the first place I ever heard Nirvana, it's on video. Like Matt brought it over, and he's like, "I got this new music," and we were skateboarding, and he puts it in my boombox. Yeah, I still call him boombox. And then he puts on Nirvana. It Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then my dad's filming us, and we just started skating like crazy when that song came on. Bad kids hanging on to movie. We were good kids. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, I need to make it so you guys can hear video capture device. I need to play this. You guys need to tell me when you can actually hear what's on here. Video capture device. Desktop audio. All right, here we go. This. You guys can probably hear this. I'm going to do a little quick test. Can you guys hear that? This video is going to get taken down now. Okay. Maybe if I just do it in increments, it won't get taken down. I just want to show you the end of this video, if you guys want to watch it here. Okay, so if you guys can see, this is the year 2000. This is June. This is my brother's graduation along with other people. Do you guys see John? Well, no, of course you don't see John because I'm in the way here. Let's take me out. That's John right there. I don't know if John's watching, but that's John right there. And that's my brother right behind him. There's John again. That's John. John with hair. Okay, let's see what else is here coming. John, there's me with my, look at that, 20 years ago. Here we go. Here's the camera right there. This is the same camera right there. I'm not wearing a hat. I look a little different. Let's see here. If I can just maybe put this so you guys can see me at least. I don't know where to put this. Where's the best place? Maybe up here still? Okay, fine. All right. Obviously, there, you see the black bars because the framing of this, it's like a different format back then. What's after this? There's my dad, my grandma's house. Okay, this is my first day at kindergarten. This is 1981. That's my mom. There's the cars in the driveway there. That's so freaking weird that you're saying Jason Mraz. Um, I I just got something Jason Mraz related today. That's so weird that you said that. That's blowing my mind. Um, no, actually, I was wearing that hat. That was my dad's hat, and I put it on, and that's probably before Jason, way before Jason Mraz was famous. There I am going to school. There's our old van, and this is before our neighborhood. This is back. This is before I saw E.T., guys. This is before my life was changed by E.T. I was I was 5, and there's my little brother. And notice we're wearing raincoats because we got these brand new raincoats at Kmart, and my mom is taking us to school. Well, I'm going to school. It's my first day of school, and it's not raining out, but I'm dressed like it's raining. And then this person that we're about to see, Matt knows this person, but nobody else will know this person. Well, oh, that this should have been America's Funniest Home Videos. This is something completely different. This is 1979. I pushed my cousin down. I didn't think anybody was looking, and then I acted like, "What happened, Katie?" Like they're all looking like, "Why'd you do that?" And they're like, and I'm like, "Sorry, I don't know how that happened." There's me. That's me. Oh, that's me. Does anybody remember Stretch Monster? I'm opening Stretch Monster for Christmas, 1977, 78. Old Forge. No, I think this is the 8th Lake, Adirondacks. They were filming Raiders on that day. They probably were. That is the same house that my parents live in now. See, Joseph, I'm not sure. That'll probably be a last minute decision if I'm going to go to Vegandale or not. That's me and my little brother Pat. We were feeding the ducks. We were the ducks. We had bread, and we were feeding the ducks. We would eat a piece of bread, and we would feed a piece to the duck, and then we would eat a piece and then feed it to the duck. That is, if anybody, Linda, you'd probably know the song. You know the song Soldier Boy? I'm not talking about the rapper. I'm talking about back in the 70s. Soldier Boy. That's the song that was playing. And my mom, that we just moved into this house like a month or two before. This is the house that my parents still live in today. And my mom is dancing with my brother and me, which obviously she can't do now. There they are. There we are. Time goes by so slowly, fastly. And I love the music. If you guys haven't been, the neighborhood has changed a lot. I used to know everyone in the neighborhood. In fact, my first job, I was a paper boy, and I knew everyone in the neighborhood. And now I barely know anyone in the neighborhood. Attention, Kmart shoppers. Do I have videos of me eating non-vegan food? I don't know if there's any videos of me eating non-vegan food. Well, obviously, yeah, they're going to see it at the end when I was a little kid. I don't know what I'm eating, but probably like SpaghettiOs or something. No, it's a different time in my life. I don't. The whole point of this was to keep showing me, like as I was younger until, and I could tell you the story behind each one. So this was me. I always had a pacifier in my mouth. My other brother sucked his thumb. I never did that. But my dad's like, Chris, look up at the camera and wave. Look, I'm like, what? And this is the first house. This is not the house that my parents live in now. This is before we moved there. And I always was wondering where that was. And I was driving my uncle home on Easter of this year. And I wanted to know where my old house was. So he took me down that road and showed me where it was. So for the first time since 1979, I got to see where I, originally grew up for the first 4 years. This song goes so good for this. By the way, this is the 15-minute song, so this whole video is me when I was older. I would do weird things like that with the sunglasses. That little driveway seems so much longer back then than it actually is when I saw it. Hi, waving. This is Super 8 movie footage. And there I am with that. That was Buddy. I still have Buddy. That's Buddy. And there I am in my high chair, and my dad's like, wave. So this might be the last one. Oh, this is how I used to drink a Coke. I wonder what they're going to do to this video. Maybe it'll get taken down. My mom made me that. I remember that. I still remember that. It's like a feeling. That was a towel that she stitched together when we were at the beach. That's me. That's me and my mom. She's like, what? Over there? And you can hear the song start to dwindle down and get more and more somber. I'm like, bye. And there's my mom. Now I'm no longer, this is before I'm alive. My mom's flying this kite when she was pregnant to have me. Oh no, that's after, sorry, maybe that was before, that was when I was born. That's before I was born. It was that sunset. And that's it. End of story. Reverse chronological story. Okay. The funny thing is the first part of this video. Oh, this was my, when I lived in New York City, this was my view. Hold on, I gotta show you this. It was the Hayden Planetarium. I got to watch them film Spider-Man. That was my view. Just kind of skipping through this real quick to see what we got going. Yeah. That's all. The very beginning is. So this is kind of funny because the first shot I have, the oldest I was at that time, this is what I look like right there. That was me. And I was actually in the car and it's raining out. And of course I was listening to Plain Song by The Cure. So anyway, that's it. Turn that off. So if anybody is like that song, that was Mogwai, and the song is Fear Satan. When I used to go for runs, I used to play that song because not only was it like, there's no singing in it, it's just all instrumental. It would really get me adrenaline to run, but also when it was done, I knew that I would run for like 15 and a half minutes. Where is what video posted, Linda? Mike, yes, I know. I am. I'm so glad that my dad's the only other one in my family that's like sentimental and nostalgia like that and makes a, I mean, my brothers, they take videos all the time of their kids and stuff like that. But as far as like, have been doing this all their lives, it was my dad and myself. My eyebrows used to be so much darker. I'm like losing my dark eyebrows, right? I know, I know. You know, I think she was pregnant for Pat though. No, Linda, that video is not posted anywhere. That is a personal video. Is it even? Oh wow, what time is this? Dark out. Of course it's dark out. It's almost 10 o'clock. What the heck? All right, what were we talking about? We were talking about different songs and stuff, right? I used to like the beach. I hated the feel of sand and sunscreen. I hated going in the water, and I got attacked once when I was in the water by like a piece of seaweed, and I ran out and I was like, "Oh my god." And I never wanted to go in the water again unless it was a swimming pool. And I hated getting sunburned, and I just hated I hate the beach, guys. I hate the beach. Midday in Australia. Um, the Titanic song. Holly, you actually stayed on longer than I thought. I thought you had to go way sooner. It must have been all this cool talk we've been doing. Yeah, I don't like seaweed and I don't like mushrooms. Mushrooms never did anything to me. Chris Murphy says, "Don't forget to smash the like button." Thank you, Chris. Go ahead, smash that like button. What do we got so far? We have 35 people here and we have 31 likes, guys. We need 4 more likes. I can't talk about music in a stall show. You lose track of time. Yeah. What other bands were we? I like bringing back old songs that we haven't heard in like 20 years that we're like, oh my god, I forgot all about that song. What else did I used to listen to? Quiet Riot. I remember MTV when they used to play music, and there were certain songs that I liked on the countdown, and then other ones that I was like, I hate this song. We got to sit here for 3 minutes until it's done. Here, back in the day when you could download music. We'll do a little guessing game if you guys want. You got to guess what. I'll give you clues though, but I got to guess what was the first song I ever downloaded. I still remember. First song that it was an 80s song. Let me look up what the actual date was. Dawkins, Dream Warriors, love that song. We're the Dream Warriors. Don't wanna dream no. And then Alice Cooper did He's Back, the man behind the mask. So we had Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. I love the Dream Warriors. That was probably my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. Probably Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 3 were my favorite. Why can't I find out what year this came out? It's like, oh wait, here it is. Yep, definitely 80s song. Okay, it's an 80s song. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. If you guys already asked me questions about it, I did not see that. The I'm Blue song. Down Under, Men at Work. Yeah, that was a Natural History Museum that I just showed you. The Hayden Planetarium and yeah. I did veganly. I did eat vegan mush. I ate vegan mushroom at Donna Jean. Um, we went there and he made us like three different things, and the one thing he made, he put coffee in it, and I was like, I don't do coffee. And then he did a mushroom. I'm like, oh my god, I don't do mushrooms either. But if I have to eat some of them, like I don't do coffee, but at least I can force myself to eat a mushroom if I had to, you know. And then the other thing was just no, I forget what the other thing was. So it wasn't like the normal mushroom; it was the oyster mushroom. He made it so good that I couldn't even tell that it was a mushroom. The texture did nothing like it was actually what he made was really good. Is it a guilty pleasure song? Um, yeah, but I will. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit I like this song. I'll let you guys ask the questions because if I give the clues, I feel like you guys will find out like right away. It is an '80s song. It is. I'll give you a few clues. It's by somebody that's still well known. Um, Not a one hit wonder. Um, and I'll give you more clues as we go if you want it. It's not a Cure song. Which I don't know why, but this is the first song that I'm like, oh, I can download any song I want. Let me think of a song. And I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Put it in, and I downloaded it. That was the first song I ever downloaded. Watch the Scary Eat movie, Victoria. Not Danger Zone. We're guessing the first song that I ever downloaded. It's not Eye of the Tiger. Is it from a movie? No, it's not from a movie, but the singer does have a song in a movie. So that's. Is it a band or a solo performer? It is a solo performer. It's not a rock song. I wouldn't consider this song a rock song. No. Not Mike. Not Karma Chameleon. What are you looking at, little boy? What are you looking at, little boy? What are you even doing? It's not Africa by Toto. You little Toto. And your little dog too. In your eyes. In your eyes. Nope. It's not Falco. I love me some Falco though. Jenny. Not Elton John. If you guys need more clues, I can do it. I just want to. I like guessing. So apparently, so do you guys. We built this city. That was one of my favorite songs back in the day. I like that song. What are you doing, dude? We built this city on rock and roll. It's not Sting. But I remember where I was when I first heard every move you make. I was going to karate. I think I was like 11 years old. Going to karate class. Not Guns N' Roses. Not a Mal. That's a good question. It is early 80s. Not Bowie. It's not Annie Lennox. But I love me some Annie Lennox. Um, Smooth Operator. Turn around every night. I like that song too, but it's not Bonnie Tyler. Not Tina Turner. It's not Madonna. It is Cyndi Lauper. But now you got to guess the song, people. Cyndi Lauper is the song. It is not Time After Time. But that's what everybody would think, right? Time After Time. True Colors is a good one, but it's not True Colors. But I remember they played that on the top countdown on MTV, and I loved it. And it is, and that is the movie that she, you know, it's one of the most famous movies in the world. The Goonies, she did the music for the Goonies, but no, it's not that song either. So now you guys are on track, but what song is it? Mike McNally is the winner. Yes, that's the first song I ever downloaded, All Through the Night by Cyndi Lauper. Good one. Such a good song. Right? Guilty pleasure? I don't know, I'll admit it. Now, what's the last song that I downloaded? I have no idea, so I'm just joking. I don't know the last. All Through the Night. Oh, it's such a good song. If you guys don't know All Through the Night by Cyndi Lauper, you gotta go to YouTube and listen to it when this video is over. But don't do it right now. Wait till the video is over. You saw Cyndi Lauper in '89? Anyway, the song is from 1983. So I was just a youngin', 7 years old, a year after E.T. came out. Not Coldplay. What's up, Graven? You just missed our guessing game. You keep me hanging on. You keep me hanging on. You know, okay, I'll give you guys a guilt. This is my guilty pleasure. It came out, not in the 80s, it came out the 90s when I was in high school. And I don't want to sing it because I'm a bad singer. So, okay, you guys got to guess the song. Okay, do I want to sing it? I can't resist trying to find exactly what I missed. Make it through the day without you. John Cicada. They used to play that on the radio, and I'd be like, I kind of like this song. I'm not going to tell anyone, though. I just told the world. Well, I told 34 people. I'm a Barbie girl. The Backstreet Boys, when they first came out, I loved Hangin' Tough. And my friends were like, because I'm a Motley Crue fan, and I'm like, oh, this New Kids on the Block, Hangin' Tough. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I mean, right? I mean, you know I'm a dreamer. But my heart's of gold. I had a runaway high, so I wouldn't come home low. See, if I could sing, I'm just doing bad singing, but if I could sing, I'd be singing on this channel, right? Why not? Does everybody remember the John Cicada? Oh my God. Here's another one. Okay, guess the song. This singer is an 80s singer. He's actually vegan. I didn't know it. You would never know it. Back then. I don't know if he was vegan back then, but he's vegan now. And there's this one song that he sings that I really like. Guess the song. The singer's name is Richard Marx. New Kids on the Block. NSYNC. NSYNC came out a little bit later when I was like, I think in my 20s at least. I think they did. It was later on, but I wasn't. That song is fire. The John Cicada, isn't it? It's so good. I love that song. I will listen to that song if it comes on. Um, YouTube slide everything I do. I like that song when it came out, Brian Adams. But yeah, yeah. Richard Marx is vegan, and he's married to, who's he married to? Daisy Fuentes. But yeah, he's vegan. Richard Marx is vegan. I accidentally saw him. But he's got this song that just is like, I really like this song. Right Here Waiting. Nope. Actually, if you don't know Richard, I don't know how I found it because I don't really know many of his songs. I only know like maybe three. But this one song, I don't know how I found it, but it's like really good. And oh my God, I loved 18 in Life when it came out. When it came out, like my friend was like, "Come on, you guys, you got to watch this whole video. Just watch the video. It tells a story. Just everybody be quiet. My song's on. We're gonna watch it." And we all sat down there and like, damn, Ricky was a young boy. Man, he got in some trouble. And and Snake with his earring from his nose to his ear. Kelly, oh my God, Kelly C. Hazard, that is the song. I didn't think anyone was going to get that. Kelly C. John Cicada and Richard Marx Hazard. Dude, Hazard is such a good song. It's such a backwoods murder mystery song. It is crazy. Go listen to Hazard. Write these songs down, guys. You guys got to listen. If you never heard it, you got to listen to Cyndi Lauper All Through the Night. You got to listen to Richard Marx Hazard. Wow, congratulations there, Kelly C. Hazard. Moment I came to Hazard when I was just 7. No one knew until the night she went walking all alone and never came home. Isn't that such a good song? Oh my God, it's so good. Anyway, and what's that other song that I used to like? We'll go back into I think it's the late 90s, for, how's it go? Let me think. You guys guess the song. I'll sing it. Here we go. We're going to 90s, late 90s. My best friend took a week's vacation to forget her. His girl took a week's worth of Valium and slept. And now we're guilt-stripped and sobbing with our heads on the floor. That's kind of one of those, they played that every day back in wasn't it the 90s? Richard Marx sings, anybody sings better than I sing it. But thank you for pointing out that I suck at singing. I'm not a singer. But my dogs think I am. My dogs know that I'm a good singer. To them. The Blippi theme song is blasting in your ears. I don't know the Blippi theme song. What is the Blippi? Is that like a little kid thing? Oh, that's such a good song. Skid Row, I Remember You. Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. Can't be held responsible. The Freshman, that's right. Kelly got it again. Oh, Natalie got it too. Natalie got it first. Freshman. We were only freshmen. It's not the verb pipe. It's not the verb pipe. It's the verb. Oh, the verb pipe and the verb. There's two of them. And they always ask them, are you the verb pipe? No, I'm the verb. The verb. The verb pipe is the freshman, and then there's the verb. They came out, didn't the verb, wait, Bittersweet Symphony, didn't they sing that? Fade Into You. That's one of the songs I learned to play on the piano. Hope Sandoval. Journey's got a million awesome songs. Blippi. Who's Blippy? I just remember the big comfy couch. Two nephews love Blippy. Blippy. Eve 6. Who remembers she dreams a champagne dream, strawberry surprise, pink linen on white paper, fields of butterflies, reality escapes us. She says that. Who sings that? New Skid Row? Should they even be doing New Skid Row? Do we even want to hear New Skid Row? Sebastian Bach. I mean, he's a good singer. But do we want... I mean, can they do it in 2023? You sure about that? Love is a Lie? The Crispin Glover dance scene? I don't know if I remember that song. Oh yeah, I did. I read that the guitarist from Mazzy Star died. You have anxiety getting your job documents ready. Probably because you don't want to miss out on... Oh, Blippy. The big comfy couch. I like Annie Lennox. I like her in the Eurythmics. Um, I don't know if that it's 80s, but I like... I forget her name. I can't. I don't even know the name of the song either. But like clouds and domes and daffodils will da 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 da. So many. Joni Mitchell. Carly Simon. I love Pat Benatar. I love Blondie. I love Blondie. Call Me, Heart of Glass. Maria. Maria. Joan Jett is vegan, but I don't really know if I like any of her songs. Like really, if I ever really... Fleetwood Mac. Love Fleetwood Mac. I think my favorite Fleetwood Mac song is Silver Spring. Hello, Earful. Heart. I used to listen to Heart back in the D. Fuel. Shimmer. I said Linda Ronstadt. I like the Stone Ponies. I like that song. You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. I like the Cars. Remember Emotion in Motion by Rick Ocasek? That was on the MTV Countdown. Dreams. Dreams like as in Cranberries. I never liked Janis Joplin. I mean, I don't got anything against her. I never knew her, but... Lisa Loeb. How about some Paula Abdul? Phil Collins. I never really liked Phil Collins, but my dad made a movie for us when I was a Cub Scout, and he used Can You Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight? And it was like the coolest thing in the Cub Scout troop. Everybody was like, oh my God. Both Sides Now, that's what I was singing, right? That's the one I was singing. Both Sides Now, that's such a good song. I love that song. And I really love, not a female singer, but Gordon Lightfoot, if you could read my mind. He just died. Salt and pepper. I liked the Cranes. Back when I was first got into The Cure, I liked the Cranes. Um, we're not talking about 80s females anymore, but like I liked Cat Power, and I got a ton of stuff on my iPod from back in the day. Mushroom Hunter is back. I like Starblood by the Cranes. I loved the Cranberries. That one song that I always used to say sounded like she was saying Nick Nolte. Stop it. Um, and the daffodils look lovely today at the end of it. And she's like, and the daffodils look lovely today. Look lovely, look lovely. And it sounds like she's saying Nick Nolte, Nick Nolte, Nick Nolte, Nick Nolte. I never got into Bauhaus or a little bit Susie and the Banshees, but I just couldn't get into it. I'm not a fan. Sorry. I didn't like Morrissey either, but I liked the Smiths. I liked a bunch of songs by the Smiths, but not Morrissey. Um, I liked Pink Floyd. What other? But then there's other songs that I didn't necessarily like the whole bands and stuff, but I really liked the songs. Like there's a couple by Willie Nelson that I liked. The Three Non-Blondes. And I wake in the morning and I step outside. I know that as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to think of somebody. I'm like, why the heck didn't I say that? Oh my God. But never really was into Hall & Oates. Never really got into the Grateful Dead either. But I know where I was when Jerry Garcia died. What about the hook? The hook brings you back. On that I can rely. I told my friend that he was talking about Hook from Peter Pan, and she was like, what? That just ruins everything. And I was like, sock it in if you're Rin Tin Tin or Anne Boleyn, then you will begin. Jewel. I liked Jewel too. Who else did I like? I never got into Sonic Youth or Ozzy. I was just gonna say I liked Jewel until she sang that song. My Hands, I did not like that song. Um, I used to love Radiohead, and I think my favorite song by Radiohead is Fake Plastic Trees, but I really can't stand Radiohead anymore. I don't like them anymore. Um, I was just singing Gin Blossoms yesterday, seriously, or maybe it was 2 days ago. I found out about you, and then it's real to me. Modern English, no doubt. Yeah, I liked what else did I like? What about I mean, I'm not thinking of songs that I like necessarily like, but I remembering songs that were on when I was in high school, like No Rain. I didn't really like that song. And then Spin Doctors, I really hated them. And I remember this one kid in my class, he kept saying like, "Just go ahead now," and I was like, "Shut up, dude." Um, and then that one song, who were they? They said, "Oh, the Crash Test Dummies." These aren't songs that I really like necessarily. You Spin Me Right Round. Yeah, that's a classic. Um, In Flames. I don't really know the Kinks. To be honest, I can't name a song by the Kinks. Or the Clash. Or the Cult. I don't know any of them. He looked like a guy you went out with. What about Ween? Push a little daisy, man, come up. Yeah, yeah. Everybody seemed to like die around that time, at the same age. Ween. I used to love. That's another band I was just literally talking about. I used to love Violent Femmes, and now I look back, I'm like, why did I love them? I can't stand them anymore. But I used to love them. I don't anymore. What else did I? What else? What else? I feel like we've just gone through everything, right? The Stray Cats. I couldn't name a song by the Stray Cats. Um. Peter, Paul, and Mary, Simon and Garfunkel. Those are. I like a lot of their songs. REM. There's a lot. There's a couple of songs of REM that I just can't stand though. Like I hate. Like it's not like I just dislike it. I hate shiny happy people. I don't like that song. There's a lot of classical songs I do enjoy. I didn't like them when I was younger, but I like inspirational, emotional like music without singing in it. I mean, some of them that have singing in it, I do like Jeremy Enoch, like Shade in the Black Hat. That's a good one. The Police. Yeah, I liked a lot of the Depeche Mode songs. I love Enjoy the Silence, and a long time ago I did. I forget the name of the song now. I did a video with my friends at an old closing down mall with Depeche Mode song. What the heck was it? Anyway, of course Neil Diamond. I mean, I hated Neil Diamond when I was little, but I love it now because it reminds me of my mom. The Ramones. Yeah, I like a bunch of Ramones songs too. I think I got their Needles and Pin version on my iPod. Time Ago by Black Lab. I don't know that one. I feel like I've heard about most of the music that was on back then, unless it was like really niche. But I haven't heard of that one. Stuck on You. I'm actually not thirsty right now. Got You Where I Want You. Wasn't that in the movie The Faculty, or what movie was that? Got you where I want you. Freebird. I love Freebird. You know what I like even better than Freebird? I like Simple Man. Music covers or convos. Yeah, because everybody can. I feel like everybody likes music. Everybody has their own preference in music, but yeah. Do I like rap? Yeah. I'm easy. E, I got galore. You may have a lot, but I got much more. With my, that's probably one of the first ones I heard. Alpaca Llama. I have the same CD, the Pure Moods. There's some pretty good songs on that, like The Promise, and um, I have it somewhere over here too. It's like the CD. Which rap artist do I like? I like a lot of them. I mean, I started out back in the day liking NWA, um, and Snoop Dogg. There was this one rapper that was I we listened to it like um, when I was in Florida, and I could never find it again. It's not Dr. Dre. His name was like Dre Dog or something. Does anybody know Dre Dog? And I just remember this song that's been in my head all these years, and I can't find it anywhere. Mike Jones. We got Mike Jones. Uh, Kid Cudi. I like Kid Cudi. I like a bunch of Kanye. Tupac. Um, Freebird and Simple Man are not different bands. They're both Leonard Skinner. But who's the band? Who's the newer band that covered Simple Man? I don't really like Jay-Z. Don't tell him I said that. Eminem, Tom McDonald, Kendrick Lamar, Biggie. Wu Tang. I liked Wu Tang. I got a bunch of Wu Tang. Uh, I was just talking about Easy yesterday too. Funny. I can't sing the Easy songs like right here though because we just can't. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Um, what about Wesley Willis? I got a bunch of his albums. Um, just people talking about music. Yep. Ice Cube. I like Ice Cube. How to explain vegan to a 5-year-old? I would say that that you can make the good thing is you can make your choices. You can make your own choices on what you eat. And you can eat anything you want to eat. But if you eat vegan food, then you're making choices that might make you happy and they don't lead to any kind of harm or hurting any animals. But if you choose to eat something that's not vegan, then it might satisfy you and make you happy, but by doing that, it's hurting animals. That's what I would explain to like one of my nieces or something. It's like you have the choice to make your own choices, but some choices are good for the animals and other choices are bad for the animals. So remember that every time you make a choice with what you eat, because animals are just like us. So sometimes we're happy and sometimes they're happy and sometimes we're scared and sometimes they're scared. So everything that we can feel, they can feel too. They just can't talk. They can't talk like we talk. Unless you're a parrot. Did I ever see the Strokes in New York City? That's a weird memory because I feel like I did. I'm gonna say no though. I don't think I did. But I have a weird memory when you said that. It's like, did I see them? I don't think I did. Maybe it was just a video I was watching while my friends were telling me about them seeing them. You hated when Aerosmith collab with Run DMC? Walk this way. I remember right where I was when that happened. Well, when I first heard it. Don't hurt Peppa Pig. Pure Moods. Spirits of Nature. What about the White Stripes? I never got into the White Stripes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that helps or not. I feel like that would help a little kid. Explain it. We can. If they know who ET is, say ET is an extraterrestrial. ET is an alien, and aliens are more evolved, and they don't eat animals. ET was like a horticulturist, horticulture, and Vangelis is what is on my other video that I almost showed you guys, from the Cosmos soundtrack. Some of my favorite music ever. Can actually bring a tear to my eye. I think Zeke's telling me to end the stream. What was I even talking about? I'm a pepper, he's a pepper. Wouldn't you want to be a pepper too? Informer. A licky boom boom down. People don't know that anymore these days because there's another song that uses that same beat. This has been a great stream. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I'll leave it up to you guys. Poughkeepsie, New York. The Pigeons. Vanilla Fudge. Kids are smart, and kids are influenced by things. Like if you told me that ET was vegan back in the day, I mean, he does eat all vegan until he gets into that dip, and he's like, oh, ugh. Which that probably wasn't. Oh, and the Reese's Pieces, yeah. I've been to CBGB's. What are you doing? It's not dinner time, so I don't know what they're doing. No, he probably didn't. He's probably like, what's going on? You guys are feeding me stuff. He probably didn't realize that people eat animals. Probably, I didn't think people did that. I guess you got to take the pad away when you put a movie on. Because if I have my phone in my hand or something and a movie's coming on, I might be like looking at it and then I'm like, oh, what just happened? Because I'm not watching it. It's probably tough for little kids because when they're out socializing with their friends and at school and stuff like that, um, I don't think that I think some kids they're smart, they know, but they might not fully grasp the concept of it 100%. But you teach them these things, the right things. You can't just say we just don't we're vegan so we don't eat this stuff. You got to tell them why so they know why. Not just like, oh, I just don't eat this because they don't know why they don't eat it. Well, I guess that's a good stream, right? What are we good for time? I mean, yep, 2 hours, 12 minutes. Exactly, Mike. I've been saying that from the beginning before there was a YouTube. Mike says it's infuriating hearing people say that vegans are forcing their views on their children. Um, the way I saw it is, hey, like I'm not a very religious person, but when I was growing up, my parents brought me up as a Catholic. So I had to go to church. I had to make my first communion. I had to do all these things because they were my parents and I was their kid. And they did all this until I got old enough to make my own decisions, at which time I'm saying I didn't want to go to church anymore. And I was old enough to make those own decisions. I don't see that any different than saying, like, if you're vegan and you raise your kids to grow up to also be vegan. I mean, as far as I remember, when I was a kid, I ate what my parents made me. So, and some of that food was not nutritious. In fact, I didn't consider a lot of it food because, a lot of it wasn't vegan. But at the time, I wasn't vegan and I didn't know any better. Did I still eat things that were vegan, not knowing about vegan at the time? Yeah, sure. I mean, back when watermelon had seeds in it and, you know, a bunch of different things that I would eat that were vegan. But that's how I was brought up. And I don't blame them for bringing me up like that. I'm glad they brought me up the way they wanted to. But there was a time when I got to make my own decisions. And it's no different than if a parent is bringing their kids up vegan. I mean, we're not going to be able to tell our kids what to do all of their life. If you have kids and they're growing up, you want to parent and do the best you can. And if you bring them up being vegan, then that's what your values are. That's what you're teaching them. If they decide that they don't want to be vegan when they get older, you did what you could, and that was that. That's their choice from there on in. So no, I don't think it's forcing it. It's like it's called raising a child. It's been an awesome stream. Yeah, you could. Anybody that says you're forcing your kids to be vegan, you could be like, well, you're forcing your kids to eat dead animals and drink pus-filled somatic count of blood and nastiness, which is gross. That's what it translates to. Like today, a kid can have a vegan peanut butter cup if they want. Back then, they couldn't unless you made it yourself. And back in the 90s, back in the 80s, good luck finding vegan chocolate that easily. Exactly. You know, I made that distinction very young. Like I'm like, wait a minute, what is this from? Like I asked, I still do. I still ask so many questions, but back then I was asking questions like, what is this from? Like, what kind, what animal? So this was an animal? Uh huh. But anyway, we know better. We know that there's. It's not even a question. We know that we kind of just roll our eyes at them at this point, don't we? We know that there's abundance of delicious foods out there. I mean, I've been surviving like this for like 30 years as a vegan. I'm kidding. I'm exaggerating here. It's only been 29. Yeah, we're gonna it looks like a good time to cut this live stream. I hear my dogs over there getting ready to. What are they doing? Trying to get me to take them out or something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Stay safe and watch out for zombies. See you next time.